Welcome back again, everyone, to the Eat Speak podcast. I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
This is the most delicious podcast in the Metroplex. We're back again. We're back for another DFW Restaurant Week. This is the 25th DFW Restaurant Week. Steve, I think I've been part of all of them. I don't know if you've been all 25.
Most of them. It's a good deal.
You know, this is when you get to go out and eat at some of the nicest restaurants in town. You get to have a three-course dinner for $39 or $49. It will usually cost you more like $70 or $80. You get to have a nice two-course lunch for $19, and they give 20% of the money to Lena Pope home in Tarrant County, the children's charity, or they give it to the North Texas Food Bank if you're in Dallas. That's the food bank for Dallas. But this raises money for Lena Pope, a good Fort Worth agency that helps children, helps families, and it also helps all of us go out to eat a lot of places we wouldn't normally go out, like B&B Butchers is someplace we could normally go out, but we can get a pretty good steak deal. Chef John Piccolino, is that right?
That's correct. How you doing?
You've been with B&B Butchers here since the start, which is 3 years now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
In the shops at Clear Fork. Okay, you're going to need to say more than yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, John.
Okay.
Spin us some steak tales here. You've been the guy at the grill cooking steaks, and what's it like being the chef during restaurant week?
Well, we're extremely busy. I mean, a lot of preparation goes into this. It's a restaurant month is what I call it instead of a week because we do it for all 4 weeks.
That's right.
And but yeah, it's a lot of prep work and a lot of detail goes into it. Ordering stuff every day, making sure especially during these times. I mean, we're having a tough time with getting enough people on board, but we're doing all right, hanging in there.
Steve, I know you have gone to B&B. I will mention for people, it is DFW Restaurant Month. Really, the restaurant week for everybody ends the second week in August, but it goes on through Labor Day. For most of the restaurants, they'll be serving the $39 and $49 dinners and $19 lunches. Steve, have you been to B&B yet?
Oh yeah, I've been there lots of times, and we're planning to go next week for lunch here real soon. So I'm all excited about that.
What do you ever see John when you're there?
I think I saw him when we had the Sando sandwich that time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, the $900 hot dog, or whatever it was.
120, I think at the time. What is it still 120 or?
We're not talking about that. We're talking about $19 lunches, Steve. We're not talking about the. Well, we can talk about the caviar later. He's got a little caviar, but tell us what you can get for $19 right now. If you're out there before 4 o'clock at lunch, what you can get for $19.
At lunchtime, we got the brisket ravioli with the mushroom marcella sauce. We have meatballs, delicious marinara sauce. You can also get the thick cut bacon, and with
the entrees. Yeah, the entrees.
Here's a thick
There's the bacon.
Yeah, that's something.
That's the best bacon.
Yeah, y'all do really good bacon, and you fix it this way, and you also have one where you put like a honey and blue cheese on it.
Yeah, well, that one there, the picture there, that's the picture of the lamb bacon. We smoke that in house.
Mm-hmm.
Cure for 5 days, and then we smoke it in house with applewood smoked bacon. So it's pretty unique. I don't think too many people have had lamb bacon.
I started asking about the lunches because I think the $19 lunches are a good deal. You get the steak salad, which is something, Steve, I know you like.
Oh yeah,
you get the burgers, or you get the sandwich called the Italian special, and so you get is that the
that's the steak salad.
That's the steak salad. See, there you go. See,
most steak salads you have a little bit of steak and a lot of salad. And, this is pretty well evenly proportioned, like steak and salad.
This is sliced filet mignon, right?
Yes,
John.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
And then also for a bonus on the lunch menu I think it's a $20 buy-up. You can have a full filet mignon. You can have a full steak dinner on your lunch. So you really get a B&B steak dinner for $39. Then at dinner time you have the $49 dinner. It includes dessert. And Steve, what do we have What do we have to show the audience?
Well, since you mentioned dessert, you know, now this comes from New York, right? This is like shipped in.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah,
And let's see, we also have a cream brulee.
Oh,
Now,
this is
these
the
are
creme
kind of like
brulee. Yeah.
things you can add on for lunch if you want for
You
what
can add dessert for lunch, or it comes with the dinner.
dinner, right?
And
Yeah.
this is what Restaurant Week is all about. And the reason we're showing you some of these photos, because DFW Restaurant Week had a bad rap for a while that you really didn't get much food. That restaurants tried to get you in the door and then didn't serve you a very big dinner. There were a couple of bad actors about that, but I think these Fort Worth restaurants know that to support Lena Pope and support charity, they have to serve a regular lunch, a regular dinner. That's what you get if you go to the best Fort Worth restaurants. Grace, Waters, Bonnell's, B&B Butchers, they're all part of Restaurant Week.
Yeah, no, I like it that like on B&B Butchers, though, these are actual items that are on the menu all the time. So you can actually try. A lot of times with the Restaurant Week, it's a special menu, and I like it that it is a special menu, but the menu items are the actual items that are normally sold at there at the restaurant. Is there anything special for Restaurant Week, or is it just pretty much the regular menu stuff?
No, everything's basically is on our menu. I mean, the surf and turf, we normally don't have that on the menu, but we put it together. But we do have the bacon wrapped shrimp, and we also have filet medallions at lunch. So, but now we put them together with some mashed potatoes and serve them with the sweet chili lime sauce on over top of the shrimp. So it's a nice combination.
Mm-hmm. Now this, I see this all the time. I've never tried it. Tell us what that is.
Okay, it's called our chicken shank, and basically because it looks like a shank. But we take a half a chicken, and it's all deboned except for that little leg bone there. Okay, that's the only bone in it. And we roll it up, and we skewer it, and we roast it on top of lemon slices. And then we serve it with chicken au jus and cipollini onions. So it's pretty tasty. And
that looks like a really good chicken dinner, John.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's a great chicken dinner. It really is.
John, how tough is it to do Restaurant Week from the chef's viewpoint? What extra preparation and how much difference does it make for the restaurant doing Restaurant Week?
Well, it's just a matter of getting everybody up to speed. When they come in, making sure that they're all set up, the stations are set up, and they're ready to go. The butcher, our butcher who cuts the meat in the morning, I mean, he's got a lot of work to do. And then, pastry has a lot of work to do with the, chocolate cake, creme brulees. So that's all, made in-house. So, but just getting the line staff geared up and ready to go for tonight. That's what it's all about.
You've been doing it 3 years now. Do you see people come back once they've been in the door? Does Restaurant Week help bring people in the rest of the year?
Yes, it does. Maybe not the rest of the year, but they'll come back probably in, about 6 months, or they make it a special occasion restaurant. But majority of the time we get repeats from the Restaurant Week, which is good.
Now, tell me about what you would order if you were sitting down looking at the Restaurant Week menu. What would you order for lunch or for dinner? What do you think would be the best deal?
Well, for lunch, I would definitely get maybe the meatballs for an appetizer or the ravioli, and then our burgers out of the world. It's all, it's a 10-ounce burger. It has some of the dry flavor meat in there, just trimming it up, and that's our butcher burger there. So, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, bacon, white cheddar cheese, and we serve it with steak fried potatoes.
Yeah, burgers are very juicy. I mean, I just like that. It's almost like the stuff runs down my face whenever I have a burger there.
So I should have ravioli and a burger, meatball. I think more like ravioli or meatballs. Maybe after that I'll get the salmon. I think I'll have something a little lighter after the ravioli. Oh, there's the salmon. Is that the lunch or the dinner salmon? That looks really good.
That's both lunch and dinner. I mean, it comes. We cut the salmon 7 ounces and serve with snow peas.
The same size at lunch. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, it's 7 ounces.
And then on the dinner menu, what would you have? What would be your picks on the dinner menu?
Maybe start off with the whipped ricotta as an appetizer, and then go to one of the steaks without a doubt. I would do an upsell on one of the steaks.
Steve, what about other restaurant week choices? Have you been to any other restaurants, or someplace that's near B&B that we always go is Rise Souffle? I
Hmm.
think the $39 menu at Rise Souffle is great. It's a fairly inexpensive restaurant year round, but you can have an appetizer, salad, or soup, and then your choice of their savory souffles and your choice of their dessert souffles for $39. So, that's one of my favorites. I mentioned Grace and Bunnell's and Waters. And then I think one of the new places that I would recommend for people to take a look at is Wicked Butcher in the Sinclair Hotel downtown. The food is really good at Wicked Butcher. I know it's a hotel restaurant, but the steaks are good. The menu's interesting. They have a surf and turf. They have a couple of other items that look good. They have a great looking swordfish steak. And then, the bar on top of that hotel is open Friday and Saturday night. So you can have dinner in Wicked Butcher and have a drink in the rooftop bar too.
Yeah, I normally hit Grace and B&B are kind of like two that I like to hit during restaurant week. Uh, Rise for a lunch sometimes is good. Do they do lunch this time or?
I think the menu applies all day there.
Okay,
So
right. Uh-huh.
I'm
But
going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. So talk to John for a second.
okay, well, I'll put my the steak salad I like about. Yeah, that to me that's one of the best deals is that steak salad. So if I was doing lunch, I think I'd probably the way I get some filet, or I could do the upsell and get the filet. But that's one of my favorites.
And then I want to point out too for Restaurant Week that if you're a little worried about the rising COVID numbers, and if you want to have curbside service, the restaurants that have confirmed that you can order the special at curbside and get the same thing and support Lena Pope home are City Works over in Shops at Clear Fork, $19 at lunch, $39 at dinner. You can order at curbside. Next Bistro in Colleyville will serve at curbside. Fire Oak in Weatherford, and Moxie's, the new bar and grill in Southlake. Those will all pack it up to go and sell it to you for the same price. I haven't, they didn't tell me about B&B. I'm not sure, John, but I think that these are the
No,
ones I know will serve curbside.
we were doing dining only, and
Okay.
now that the COVID thing's been increasing, we're contemplating whether to do curbside or not.
Are you all wearing? Is your staff in masks yet, or?
Well, anybody that hasn't been vaccinated is in masks.
Okay, so
And
that's
I just got an email from John Bunnell about the mayor over in Dallas has mandated that any business or restaurants have to be you have to wear a mask.
right. Yeah, that's in Dallas, so the expectation will be there for masks in Dallas, and people will want to see masks in Fort Worth, I think, when they come to restaurants for a while.
Yeah,
If you've been vaccinated, everybody wants to go out and we want to have a good time, and these vaccinations work great, and the more people get vaccinated, the more fun we can all go out and have.
I agree.
Steve, anything else about Restaurant Week you'd like to talk about?
Let's see. Well, if we're upselling on a steak for dinner, what topping should I get?
Well, my favorite's the
Peppercorn.
Oscar. I like the Oscar myself.
That's my wife does the Oscar all the time.
Asparagus, crab meat, and béarnaise sauce. It's tasty.
Now, one of the things y'all do, you see it all over the menu. It's this carpetbagger kind of thing. I think that's one of the toppings you can have too, right? On the steak.
Yes. And it's our carpetbagger is fried oysters, our thick cut bacon, and then a fillet. That's the appetizer. But if you're getting put on top of a steak, you're just getting the oyster and the bacon on top, and it gets drizzled with a little blue cheese sauce and then a spicy hot sauce. So that's pretty tasty. Yeah, that's one of our biggest toppings.
Mhm.
And then our Reuben is unbelievable too at lunchtime. Just so I'm gonna throw that out there. It's amazing.
Well, now I hear the Italian special as special as the Reuben, that they're both exceptionally good sandwiches.
Yes, they are.
Uh,
The Reuben's, but
go ahead.
I just put it out there. But the Italians for $19.
Yeah. What this is not a dining special, but tell me about your new custom caviar that you're doing.
Well, Ben Berg, our owner, he went up to and partnered with California Caviar, and he picked out the sturgeon fish that he wanted to pull the caviar from and sampled it. And then they went through the whole process of how to make, making the caviar. So that's our own signature brand. So it's served here as well as the Houston stores, Annie Cafe, Cafe Annie, and then what else? There's a big seller of it. So it's a royal white sturgeon roe that is sustainably produced. And what else? It's served with the traditional accoutrements, chopped egg white, chopped egg yolk, chopped red onion, capers, creme fraiche, whipped creme fraiche, and bellinis.
So is this sort of like an appetizer you can get, or?
Yeah, it's called a caviar service, so you can do it as an appetizer, or if you want to do it as some people might. Most people get it as an appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Steve, any other restaurant news this week? The only thing that I know off the top of my head is that Taco Heads in the Stockyards opened up. It's across the street from Lonesome Dove, next to the new Isis Theater. It's a kind of an expanded version of the original Taco Heads with a more bar and more tequilas and more whiskeys and more tacos and burritos and nachos and a bigger menu, and kind of a good place to hang out in between the Tim Love restaurants over in the Stockyards.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I haven't really. I've been out of town for the last couple of weeks, so I just got back, and we're just now kind of going through and figuring out our restaurant week stuff that we're going to be doing for this week and next week.
Yeah, where were you besides 10,000 Waves?
I was in Colorado, and even stopped at that the big Texan steak place in Abilene for one of those. Well, not really. It was like a 16-ounce steak. If you eat the 72-ounce steak with all the fixings, it's free. But
you didn't.
I didn't do that.
I'm
That's like
kind of
4.5 pounds or something.
Yeah. I would have done that maybe 30 years ago. I would have done that.
That's something that maybe younger me might have done that. Yeah.
The 72-ounce all you can eat, it's free. I can't even think of when you go out to Campo Verde, the giant hamburger they have that's as big as a Buick hubcap, that if you eat it all, it's free. It's like $60, or it's probably like $75 now, but it used to be 60. So,
yeah, I think it's like $1 an ounce. It's like $72. If you don't eat it, then it's $72 for that steak.
Yeah, you have to eat it all. Yeah, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is vacation time for everybody, but that's why this is restaurant week time. People are out of town, and so restaurants want everybody to come out and eat, stay in town. Maybe you canceled your plane trip. Maybe you're going to stay home. Maybe school started, you're going to stick around. Come on out, eat in restaurants. There are about a dozen different restaurants in Fort Worth doing restaurant week. You can find the list on DFWRestaurantWeek.com, or Lena Pope also has a list that shows the lunches and dinners. All the restaurants have their menus on the websites, and definitely go try B&B Butchers, right, John?
yes. Please come down. That'd be great.
John, get some rest. It's going to be a long month.
I know it is.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
for visiting with us today. Thank you. Until next time, I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.